Yum, yum, late night fantasy goodies. You have the munchies were the cure basketball wise, man. The games are in the books. That right there is Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. I'm Rick Kamla. What's up? We have the great Andre Lamouche with us as well. And we've got all the goodies for you here, man. We've got the must ads, we've got the drops, the fallers, the risers, and a lot of laughs and skits and bits, man. Can't wait to have this good time with you guys late night, and we appreciate you guys joining us. Want to tell you about our awesome sponsor, then we'll dive in with our magic men of the night, and it may be the same guy. Hint, hint. Bet Online is the world's most trusted betting platform and your number one source for online betting in 2025. Whether you're a seasoned fan or a first-time bettor, Bet Online is your ultimate game day companion with the largest selection of odds and everything from the NBA and college basketball to the NHL and UFC, and I'm sure a bunch of stuff we don't even have time to list here. Bet Online continues to be your number one sports betting source. From every three-pointer to every hat trick, BetOnline has you covered with odds, stats, and more for every game, every play, and every win. BetOnline, the game starts here. Doc, you start our recap shows with your Magic Man of the night. Who you got?
Well, you hinted that it might be the same guy, and as much as I want to give the award to Andre Drummond, the new captain of Dr. A's 30 deep playoff team, because he's in my starting lineup and he went off. I can't do it because I think they lost, and it wasn't nearly, it was about half as good as what Shai Gilgeous-Alexander did again. If there was any doubt whether he's the MVP, I think it's all been put to rest. The Thunder are the first team to 50 wins in the West. They have 10 more wins than anyone else, I believe. I didn't look that up. I think I read it somewhere. He hit 18 of 30 shots, 5 three-pointers, 10 of 10 free throws, 51 points, 5 rebounds, 7 assists, a steal and a block against the defensive-minded Houston Rockets. 51, 5 and 7 with a bunch of goodies. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, man. What a season. What a steal the Thunder got when they traded. They've had all these number one picks, right? And then they acquire Shai Gilgeous-Alexander in a trade. It's insane how well managed that team has been for the last 5 years. And it's all coming together, baby. Let's bring a trophy to Oklahoma City.
I said on the Sports Ethos NBA show with Rick Kamla, you may have heard of that guy earlier today. Doc, I have OKC over Cleveland in the NBA Finals. I have pivoted off the Boston thing. Clearly the two best teams in the NBA, clearly, are OKC and Cleveland. They are head and shoulders above all of these other teams. OKC, we've said all year, book their trip to June in the finals. They're making it, okay? Cleveland, they got to get by some rugged teams in the East, but that's where I'm at right now. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander is my Magic Man as well. Sometimes you can't overthink it, guys. And there's not even like a downshift that makes any sense at all, okay? We honor the goodies here. And Doc gave you the stat line and that kind of thing. How about this, Doc? I'm getting this here off of Twitter. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander this year leads the NBA with most 50-point games with 4. He had none coming into the year, okay? He leads the NBA in 40-plus point games with 9. He leads the NBA in 30-plus point games with 38. And he leads the NBA in 20-plus point games with 59, okay? He is the best scorer in the NBA right now. He plays both ends at an elite level. The record is what Doc just said it was. He's putting up a Michael Jordan stat line every single night. I call him Mr. Consistent. He is the most consistent player in the entire NBA. Okay. He may be the best conditioned player in the entire NBA to play every night, long minutes, both ends of the court, win every single game. Give me a break, man. And Doc, I was going to look up the odds here just to double check. But dude, he's basically in the clear. Oh my God, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, this award is his. He is a minus 650 right now, which is Vegas telling you we've closed up shop. Move on somewhere else with your business. Jokic is a plus 450. Don't waste your money. Oh, a little dice roll on Jokic here. You're wasting your money, guys. It's Shea Gilgeous-Alexander's award. Doc, let's get into our must-add players of the night. Who you
got? Karis LeVert came off the Hawks bench and hit 11 of 19 shots, scored 25 points, had 3 boards, 5 assists, 3 steals, a block. And I believe that when Dyson Daniels made the steal at the end of the game, he kicked it to LeVert for the game-winning Euro step, almost travel, awkward layup to win the game at the
buzzer beater. At the buzzer.
Karis LeVert is balling for the Knicks. And, you know, when they made that trade, or when they got Karis LeVert and got rid of DeAndre Hunter, everybody was like, I don't really like it, me included. I wasn't a big fan of it, but LeVert has fit in very nicely in Atlanta. He appears to be healthy finally, and he's playing well. So I think Karis LeVert is a really strong add if he's still available in your league. And then we talked about him a little earlier tonight, not in the show. Chris Dunn of the LA Clippers. But they didn't even play tonight. Why am I talking Dunn? Rick, this is too much for my pea-sized brain to handle. Like trying to talk about tomorrow's games and tonight's games and keep it all straight. I had Chris Dunn on the list. I don't know why I had him here instead of, I should have had him as one of the top streamers for Tuesday where you had him. That would have made a lot more sense. So let's skip him. Bogey Bogdanovic has been playing minutes. I'll just say minutes. And his teammates are banged up. And I think Tuesday night with Norman Powell out is a good time to roll the dice on Bogey Bogdanovic again. He didn't play tonight. What am I doing? I got my nights confused, Rick. You go with yours, and let me
players of the night. All right, so let me get into a couple here. We are recapping Monday night in the NBA, folks. It is Rick Kamla and Hall of Famer Steve Alexander. I have Karis LeVert written down as well. I also have Zach Resache. Especially with George Niang out, I don't know how long he's going to miss, but it makes Resache and LeVert even more attractive than they were before. Resache here on Monday, 27 points, 5 3 balls. He's not going to do it every night. He's a rookie. Rookies stub their toe, but he's putting a lot of good games together here now, guys, over the last 2-3 weeks. Donovan Clingan. Maybe you picked him up. You got minutes to sleep by Chauncey Billups with the 20-minute, 19-minute, 17-minute, all this kind of thing with Clingan. He went 13 and 13 tonight, 3 blocks, 1 steal, 2 assists, 29 minutes. That's all we ask. That's all we ask. You don't need to play him 35 minutes. Play him 26, 28, 29 minutes, and he will put up these stat lines. But if you dropped him, try to go back and get him. And if he was dropped by somebody else and he's on waivers, go get him, okay? Shaedon Sharpe is a guy. He's rolling right now, guys. Doc, can you look up his rostered percentage in Yahoo? I meant to do that, and I guess I did not. You are Andre. But Sharpe is at tonight. 20 points, 11 rebounds, 5 assists, 1 steal, 1 3. Started the game. Game before, 18, 6 and 2. Game before, 25, 4 and 5. Game before, 36, 8 and 5. He's freaking killing it, okay? Over the last 4 games. And with Jeremy Grant out, it's Shaedon Sharpe season right now in Portland. 45% rostered. See? Thank you, Andre and Doc, for that. And I owe you one more here. Go ahead, Doc, if you had something to say.
Oh no, I was working on Shaedon Sharpe's rostership, but my the hamster on the wheel in my computer is going slowly. I do have some guys who actually played tonight that I had on my list. So Quentin Grimes and Andre Drummond of the Philadelphia 76ers both played very well. I mentioned Drummond in the opening for the Magic, man. Yeah, he was almost that good. He played against Portland. He torched Donovan Clingan and Duop Reith to the tune of 25 points, 18 rebounds, 2 steals. He even hit a 3, which is very weird for Andre Drummond. And then Grimes had 14 points, 6 boards, 9 assists. Joel Embiid's done for the year. Yabusele has really cooled off. So I think that Andre Drummond is a guy that's worth picking up right now because he didn't just do it this game. He's played well in a couple straight, 2 or 3 in a row. Grimes is playing well. Now, Oubre and Paul George were both out tonight. If they play on Tuesday, then we'll see how that goes. And then your guy, Kyle Filipowski, when we came in to record the first show at 11 tonight, he was hardly doing anything. And then I look up at the end of the game, he's got 25 points, 8 boards, and 4 threes. Walker Kessler played in this game. Utah has no reason not to play their kids the rest of the way. I think Filipowski is a nice grab right now. He won't do this every night, but Walker Kessler's going to get nights off. And if Filipowski can have value, even when Walker Kessler plays, he's going to be pretty fun to have on your roster.
Bunch of great points. Aaron Brewski, earlier today, Doc, in our preview show for Monday, he was talking to Filipowski, and I was like, yeah, he's just a streamer to me when Kessler's out, right? And he opened my eyes, and I went back and looked at the game log a little closer, and I looked at, you know how Yahoo does last week, last 2 weeks, last month, right? Those stats are so important to track the arrows going up or down. Filipowski has been damn solid over the last 2, 3, 4 weeks, Doc. He's very, very light in the defensive stats. He's not a shot blocker. He's not a steal guy. He's a PRA guy with 3 balls. Okay, so, but I mean, it's the waiver wire. You can't have everything, all right? I mean, he's not a second-round pick. He's off the waiver wire, so I don't know what to tell you. Go play some defense, Filipowski, whatever the hell your name is. All right, one more guy that I want to bring up, Doc, and then I want to talk, just kind of go off script here a little bit and talk about some of the stuff that happened. Just follow my lead here. The other, Brandon Podziemski. The Moses Moody thing is completely dried up. More on him in a minute. Podziemski's rolling, guys. Tonight, 19 and 10, 2 assists, 2 steals, 4 threes, 32 minutes. Go get you some Poj right now, man. All right, Doc. I wanted to make this point about Cam Whitmore and Reed Sheppard. All right, Cam Whitmore, the homie. 27 points and 11 rebounds tonight. You know I love Cam Whitmore, okay? And Reed Sheppard, 25 points, Doc. First start of his career. This kid can play, all right? But Ime Udoka doesn't have room for him. And he may be going to Phoenix in the Kevin Durant trade, who the hell knows. But do not pick these guys up. Do you agree with that, Doc? That despite these splashy performances, leave Whitmore and Reed Sheppard on waivers. Let's discuss.
Well, I know that Amen Thompson was out this evening, correct?
Well, a lot of guys were out.
And I assume
Jalen
Tari
Green played,
Eason.
and basically everybody else was out.
I assume Tari Eason was out. I know Alpi Şengün was out. So Cam Whitmore blew up. And if you were smart enough or lucky enough to get him in a daily lineup, he did very, very well for you. I wish I would have done that. And Reed Sheppard, yeah, I like Reed Sheppard. I was super intrigued by him coming in. I thought he was going to have a better year than he's having, but Houston's too good for Reed Sheppard right now. And he got a break tonight. He got to play, but I'm not picking up Whitmore or Sheppard unless I'm in it's got to be a pretty deep league for me to be doing that.
All right, Doc. We now get to the Kyrie Irving injury. Okay. And like it was horrible. I think we're gonna find out to be basketball tragic. And also like unforgettably dramatic with Kyrie Irving down on the floor, I don't know, 5 minutes, surrounded by teammates and medical staff. And he was right there, where the photographers and cameramen are, camera operators are. Guys, it just looked terrible. Okay. His right foot stepped on a foot, got him off balance. And the way he like planted with his left foot, with his left leg, I saw one of the doctors that analyzes sports online talked about his quadricep jumped. Okay, like it's not good, right? And his knee buckled and it looked really bad. I am going to be shocked if Kyrie Irving did not blow out his knee. What I'm hoping for is it's just an ACL or an ACL and an MCL. What I'm hoping for, it's not a quadricep tendon rupture. Okay. Victor Oladipo suffered that injury, Doc. We never saw him again. Okay. That will eat a player, that injury, the ruptured quadricep, right? Most players, that is. So I'm really hoping it's not that, Doc. He's heading into a free agent summer. I mean, my God, what a mess, right? So, and God bless Kyrie Irving, man. I mean, it just absolutely sucks. So he insists he's walking out of the arena, Doc, stops in the corner, goes back out to the free throw line with the help of people, a la his mentor, the great Kobe Bryant. And he made both free throws, a la Kobe when he did it with the Achilles. And this will not be an Achilles for Kyrie, but I think it's going to be another very, very serious, devastating injury, man. So this is huge news. Let's dive in. What do you think about Kyrie? What do you think about the fantasy ripple effects here?
I mean, what is happening in Dallas is hard to even believe. It's like something out of a horror movie. Like they trade the chosen one for a guy who plays 15 minutes and then goes down, and we haven't seen him since, who has injury problems of his own. And then Kyrie's been a warrior. Kyrie loved playing with Luka. He's playing for a contract, and now like I was already worried about Kyrie not coming back to Dallas, and now I just hope Kyrie can keep playing basketball. So just and they raised ticket prices today by 8%. There's going to be a lot of people talking karma because Dallas is just, they went from being a really fun, seemingly happy family that got to the finals last year to now, I mean, people have pitchforks and are chanting, and it's awful. I don't know what the ramifications of Kyrie being gone are going to be. I do know that they said before Kyrie got hurt tonight, I read something on Twitter that Jason Kidd said he was going to play Kai Jones big minutes tonight. And he wasn't lying. He played him 34 minutes. He led the team. He had 21 points and 8 boards. I mean, it's really the first time we've seen Kai Jones all year. And he's a power forward. He's not a point guard. So it doesn't really matter whether Kyrie's in or out as to what we're going to do with Kai Jones. To me, Kai Jones is a guy we keep an eye on. What the point guard situation now comes down to Spencer Dinwiddie and Jaden Hardy. And based on where the Mavericks are heading and the fact that Dinwiddie's older and we know what he can do, I wouldn't be surprised if it's suddenly Jaden Hardy season.
I'm so good on Spencer Dinwiddie, bro. I'm so good. I can't, Doc. I can't. I know what's
You're
going to
so
happen.
good. What do you mean?
Like I'm good. Like I'm full. I'm backing away from the table.
Yeah.
Like I'm
You've had
good,
enough
dude.
Spencer Dinwiddie.
I can't. I
Yeah, me
can't go
too.
back. Andre's saying Hardy got hurt as well. No indications that it's serious, but I didn't even catch that. All right, so the Kai Jones thing, right? He was signed to a two-way deal. Am I excited about Kai Jones? Should you pick up Kai Jones? Hell to the F no. Okay, Donovan Clingan is probably available on your waiver wire for the love of humanity, okay? Moses Brown had two good games and they whacked him, okay? Like, what are they going to do with Kai Jones? I don't trust that whole situation. I just can't with Spencer Dinwiddie. I literally can't. Doc, he's going to have to put up how many games in a row? He's going to have to put up 4 big time games in a row. 3 is going to be like, I'm still waiting on the other shoe to drop. If it's 4, that's a week straight of badass ball. Then I'm in on Dinwiddie. But I don't think we're going to get to that oasis in the middle of the desert. The guy that I'm looking at, Doc, here, and it's not like a direct position to position like fit, but Najee Marshall. Doc, he went 18, 5, and 6 tonight. And just all Najee needs is minutes. And he's a good offensive player. It's a lot better offensive player. You know, you think 3-and-D or like a grimy defensive guy. He's a good overall basketball player who is put in a role player role, which means some nights he takes 3 shots and has to defend a whole bunch. But when teams back in New Orleans, there would be nights, you know, no Zion, no Ingram, of course, right? And Najee'd be like, he'd have 25. You'd be like, damn, he's hitting floaters. He's coming downhill and getting to the free throw line. You're like, damn, dude. Like I just saw like a number 2 option type of ball game from you tonight. Where'd that come from? He got game. All right, so I'm looking at Najee Marshall here. And guys, we're so deep into the season about Kyrie Irving, right? Does he play next year? I mean, I'm sorry, it's March, okay? Let's say he's got to get cut. He'll get cut within the next week. Now, maybe that's like mid-March. 9 months out puts it at like Christmas into the new year. And what if it's a 12-month recovery? Now we're talking about March of 2026. What if Dallas sucks? What if he's even on Dallas? My God, the questions. It's so horrible what happened to Kyrie tonight. Let's move on to Memphis, Doc. Jaren Jackson Jr. blew a tire tonight, Doc. He suffered an ankle injury. I believe he played 2 minutes or something like that. So I want to give you 4 options, okay? You tell me where you're going here. Zach Edey actually started. Remember, he came off the bench in the previous game. Who started over him? Oh, my God. I can't remember. There's too many box scores in my brain. Santi Aldama started over him. And then Santi Aldama missed tonight's game with Ja Morant because Ja Morant just can't string 2 games together. Zach Edey, 15, 5, and 2, 1 block, 1 3, 27 minutes. Okay. Brandon Clark was good tonight. Doc, 11 points, 7 boards. Did I say 11 blocks? 11 points, 7 rebounds, 1 block. Vince Williams, your guy, 15, 3, and 3, 25 minutes off the bench. And Gigi Jackson, my guy, 11, 7, and 3, 1 block, 2 threes, 28 minutes. Okay. Hopefully JJJ doesn't miss a lot of time, but if he does, where are you going?
I want to say Santi Aldama. Zach Edey's playing center regardless. They still need a power forward if Triple J is out. And to me, that Santi Aldama is built for that. And all those guys you mentioned are going to get a boost, but Aldama is the one I want. But now the fact that he's injured leaves him a little bit of a question mark. So it depends on how badly Santi Aldama's hurt. Man, that line from your guy, Gigi Jackson, was something. 3 of 11 shooting, 5 turnovers, 11, 7, and 3. It's one game. Hey, it's fine. I think Gigi is a fan favorite. People love them some Gigi and would like to see him play, but I'm going with Santi Aldama and his right calf soreness.
I'm telling you, dude. All right. Screw it. I'm doing it right now on the air. I absolutely I want to go back to last. I absolutely guarantee you that last week in my Yahoo leagues, I lost every single I lost turnovers in every single game. I'll just look at this week. Losing turnovers. in
I
that
lose it
week.
every week too.
Getting destroyed in turnovers and Jordan crying. Oh, that's a points league, so that doesn't matter. All right, let me go to this one. Hey, I'm winning turnovers, but not for long. Because we're one night into the week. Hey, I'm winning turnovers. I guess okay. You get the point though. Every week I lose turnovers, so I just laugh. Dr. Case, your boy Harden had 7 turnovers. I don't care. I'm gonna win the league anyway. Losing
But
turnovers every week. It's the
there are
stupidest
people out
category in
there.
fantasy basketball by far. Stop playing with turnovers.
There are people out there who have good turnover teams and don't want to add a guy who's going to turn the ball over 3 times a game because it's going to mess up their build. So, I mean, you and I don't care about turnovers. I literally never look at them during the draft. But it's a category, and especially in Roto, it matters. They
There's
still
no way
matter.
those teams are winning at all, though.
Category.
If you have to be that careful and that efficient, and you can't go for PRA and you can't go for fantasy gold because you're worried about the TOV category, you ain't winning the league, man. For one category, because Doc, think about this: usage rate leads to PRA and fantasy gold
and turnovers.
I'll take 6 categories over one.
Yep. I'm with you.
That doesn't make any sense. Oh, I want a big man who never gets the rock and scores 10 points a game, but he only has 1 turnover a game. So stupid. It's just not the right way to play fantasy.
Well, dude, part of the reason Brewski loves Ellis is he turns the ball over like 0.8 times a game. I'm just saying. Category.
Yeah, but Brew he's not building teams around the turnover category, right? We talked today, like he is a percentages guy, like he and I are a juxtaposition that way. Like I'm more the raw numbers guy. He is more of kind of the nerdy numbers guy, but it's not like he's not going for PRA. I mean, we're all nerds. But it's not like he's not going for PRA. I mean, Keon Ellis is his favorite player. Keon Ellis is one of the best fantasy gold players in the league.
Andre just said Brews leagues are 95% 8-cat leagues. There you go. There you have it.
Tell him it's just the smart way to play. 8-cat leagues is the smart way to play, and you got to set up a tiebreaker for the playoffs. I do head-to-head PRA for the week, but you got to, because you could have a 4-4, and so you got to set up a tiebreaker in an 8-cat. But to me, I would rather set up a tiebreaker than have the bull crap turnover category, just buzz killing me all year. All right, Doc, where the frick are we here? Let's get to drops, Doc, after a whatever game Monday night it was. I don't even know how many games there were. Who cares? Let's go.
Do you think I picked any of the right games to talk about? You know what? I nailed this one. All three guys played on Monday night. How about that? I'm going to go with Moses Moody. He was 1 of 6, 5 points, 5 rebounds, 0 assists, 1 steal, 1 turnover, Rick. But he's starting for Golden State, but when Steve Kerr said he was going to start Moses Moody and Moses Moody was good to go, I got sucked into it. I was like, you know what? I like that. If he's good enough to start permanently for Steve Kerr and he's earned the job and he's going to play a bunch of minutes, I'm buying into Moses Moody. And it just hasn't been great, man. He has been shooting a lot of free throws, which has helped him out. But 5 points, 10 points, 10 points, 13 points, 14 points, 10, 14, 13, without much else going on. He doesn't steal the ball a ton. He has been blocking some shots, like 1 shot a game over his last 8. The assists are not there at all. The rebounds are incredibly weak. And he hits some threes. I just not feeling it. He's not a drop, maybe in like a a 14-team league. He may not be a drop in a 12-team league, but if there's somebody good on your waiver wire and you can't figure out who to drop and you've got Moses Moody, that might be your answer. Yabusele, you'd think would be going off without Joel Embiid, and he may go off if Andre Drummond gets shut down, because Andre Drummond is not a young guy, and he's in the twilight of his career, and there's not many other guys to play center. So I'm not sure Yabusele is really a drop as much as he is a faller, but his stat lines have been not very good lately. And without Joel Embiid for all this time, I really thought Yabusele would be balling out by now, and it just hasn't happened. So kind of down on him. And you mentioned this guy the other night. You and I think, have both reached our maximum of Clint Capella. It's a Kongwu show. It's all the other Hawks players show. Karis LeVert, Zach Risache, who balled out on Monday night. Clint Capella played 16 minutes on Monday in a close game, and he had 11 points, 4 boards, a steal, and a block. No thanks. Muted.
Thank you for telling me that, because I was like gearing up for a line and the whole thing. That's Hall of Famer Steve Alexander, and I'm about to bust his balls with my first drop. Damian Baugh.
Oh, no.
Formerly of the Greens.
28 minutes. He played 28 minutes tonight, bro.
Bro, your boy.
Nobody owns Damian Baugh except for me. He's like zero.
He's your guy. Dude, I literally have a chance to hang with him in a horse competition. This guy cannot make a bucket. I know the steals are there. I know there's some goodie. The guy can't make a shot. Again tonight, 3 of 10. Drop Damian Baugh. And I do like to get into Doc, okay? Like, there's part of that, too. I just like effing with my guy, Doc, right? So that's a little bit where this comes from, because he's the only guy on earth talking about Damian Baugh of Charlotte. The guy cannot shoot. He's probably shooting 25% as a player in the NBA right now.
Okay. Andre, write this down somewhere, because when Damian Baugh wins me 30 deep, single-handedly, when I make it to the finals and I need to play him because Norm Powell retires from basketball, I want us to replay this garbage. 1% roster. 1%. He's a 1%er.
Started from the bottom, now we're here. Started from the bottom, the whole thing. Yeah. Oh my God. That's actually
his
cool
game
song. I like that song.
Dude, he got off to a good start, though. He hit 5 out of 8, and then his next game he hit 6 out of 7. And ever since then, it's just been trash.
Boom.
Been bad. That means he's due. He's due, baby. Come on, Damian. You got this.
He's like a young pitcher up out of the minor leagues, right? And the team he's pitching against hasn't seen him yet, Doc. In the first 2 trips through the lineup, he's mowing them down, and he's heading to the top of the 5th inning with a 3-1 lead. And then they hit him for 7 earned runs because they've seen him twice now, and they just clobber him, and he goes back to the minor leagues, and you never see that guy again. That's Damian Baugh. I have Moses Moody written down too. Flush. Guys, he's a waiver wire guy. They don't all stick. Most of them don't stick. Most of them are exactly what Moses Moody just did, right, Doc? You have a good 2 weeks, get us all excited, and then, oh yeah, you're Moses Moody. Okay, you're back to waivers. Doc.
Yes.
Trace Jackson Davis.
Oh my God. Your boy.
I still have him in 30 deep. I still have him. I can't drop him. I can't. He's not, dude, he's with the Stay Ready group with Golden State. He's not even a bench player. He's a third unit guy. He played 2 freaking minutes tonight, dude. Steve Kerr, screw. I'm not going to finish the sentence. I'm just going to stop right there. I mean, it's so wildly frustrating because Quinton Post, of course, has to play minutes. Are you freaking kidding me, dude? Anyway, like, anybody still stashing him? If you are, I think we're in a safe zone of you can send him bye-bye. And then I had Yabu Sele written down too. Doc, tonight he played 35 minutes. He went 9-3-3. Dude, our boy Yabu Sele, the dancing bear, he ain't dancing anymore, dude. He's all, he's like at the end of the wedding, he's been the guy dancing and like drinking, and he's now just like over on a chair like this. Like there's nothing left, dude. The guy is out gas, man. So dry.
Did anyone pick up Quinton Post when he was starting and
why?
He had like 2 good games?
No, for me it was just out of principle. Andre did, of course. To me it was just out of principle. I'm not effing with Quinton Post because Quinton Post should not be playing. Trace Jackson Davis should be playing. So just out of principle, I'm not going there. I'm not gassing up Steve Kerr's asinine rotations by actually picking up one of these guys. Stop it. I can't believe I got bamboozled into picking up Moses freaking Moody. I regret it to this day.
Dude, Andre said, I am streaming the hell out of Post. That is awesome. That is awesome. What is going on with Jimmy Butler? Is the Jimmy Butler honeymoon over?
I've been saying that, dude. I got a new nickname for him. It's Jimmy Hollywood. His name's Jimmy Hollywood. You got Hollywood Brown and the NFL. No, it's Jimmy Hollywood. It used to be Jimmy Buckets. He doesn't care about buckets anymore, bro. He's Rob Gronkowski. He is. He wants to be on TV and in the movies and in the commercials. He wants to be Rob Gronkowski.
Oh, that's also what's his face? The quarterback. Seattle's old quarterback, now Pittsburgh, Russell Wilson.
Mm-hmm.
He's a little bit in Hollywood. And then Jimmy Butler is being sued now. He didn't make his $180,000 house payment for 2 months, and he did $150,000 worth of damage to the house, allegedly, according to the lawsuit. So he's not paying for his house in Miami. So he's got that going for him now too. So Jimmy.
Yeah, I get it. You and Pat Riley are odds, but bro, pay your mortgage. They could foreclose on your house. You make $50 million. Pay your mortgage. You are not having a hard time making ends meet, bro. And I know Unky Sam gets half of that, which sucks. But god dang, pay your mortgage, bro. I guess I'm on one tonight. I don't know what's going on here, dude. I'm feeling it. I'm in it. Let's get to some followers here, bro. Let me give you 2, Doc. Jimmy Butler. Wow. Right on cue. Unbelievable. Tonight he played 31 minutes, took 7 shots. Sounds like Miami going through the motions, Jimmy, does it not? He went 13-3-4 tonight, Doc. Yes, the honeymoon is over. The 4 games before the break were fantastic. All of the games since the break have been very lame and flimsy. And I give you Tyrese Maxey. Doc, over the last 2 games, he has 10 points on 15% shooting in back-to-back games. These are non-Joel Embiid games. And now he left tonight's game with a back injury. So I do think, Doc, that Tyrese Maxey is a buy low. And I want to debate that with you here real quickly. Are you... It's so complicated, right? Because this Philly tank that's kind of looming over our heads. Are you just like, dude, I'm good on Maxey for the rest of the year? Or are you buying low with him right now?
I don't like the fact that he has a back injury right now. I don't like the fact that Philadelphia is a dumpster fire. I don't like the fact that his teammate Joel Embiid's done. I don't like the fact that his other teammate, Paul George, hasn't really been there all year. And after playing well, finally, for the last 8 days, disappears with a sore groin. I don't like any of it. And I don't if I'm Philly, I'm probably not running Tyrese Maxey out there until the very end. If I'm not trying to win and not trying to make the playoffs, which that dream is dead, bro. Like they're done. So I don't love making a move for Maxey right now. If I'm gonna make a trade or I'm gonna get a guy, I want to make sure they play for a team I trust with a role that I trust. And I'm not there with Maxey right now.
I agree. If there was not a tank, and again, for those of you, this is really, really important. Philadelphia's pick is top 6 protected. If they're in the bottom 6 of the standings or the top 6 of the lottery standings, they keep their pick. If they're outside of that, it goes to Oklahoma City. They are going to hang on to that draft pick like it's a personal flotation
Like a
device in
dog
the
with
ocean,
a bone.
or like a dog with a bone, like a baby with a rattle or a pacifier. They're not. They are going to tank for that, and I'm not mad at them. It's a lost season. Go tank for the draft pick. It worked for Dallas. They got Derek Lively doing that. All right, so we are on fallers right now. You got any other fallers? Or did you have any fallers? Or
I do.
what?
And I think they actually played tonight. Yusuf Nurkic. Nurk alert. We have a Nurk alert. The alert is he played 15 minutes tonight and had 5 points and 5 rebounds and 1 block. Mark Williams is balling, dude. He had 12 points, 13 boards, a couple blocks. At some point, I don't know if Mark Williams is going to finish out the season for Charlotte. I don't know if Miles Bridges is going to finish out the season for Charlotte, but none of that means Nurkic is going to finish out the season for Charlotte either, because he's on like his 7th team, and we all know what Yusuf Nurkic can do and does. So yeah, I'm done with Nurkic. Scoot Henderson, my guy, just not happening. And Portland's playing to win games, and I don't love his role. Shaden Sharp is coming on like gangbusters. Denny Abdia got hurt. Denny Abdia has had shooting problems lately. He was 3 of 14 tonight. Scoot Henderson played 22 minutes off the bench. Anthony Simons is back. Scoot had 7.6 assists. Like, I don't think I'm dropping Scoot just yet, but I'm not as excited about Scoot as I once was. Those are mine. You are muted.
I'm not dropping Scoot either, but he's probably getting close to the bubble. Let me give you 3 risers here, Doc. Draymond Green.
He's playing well.
Draymond Green is killing it. The goodies are back. 16, 13, and 6 on Monday. 2 steals, 2 threes. Look at the game log. It's good-erific, man. Kyle Filipowski. I shout out Andre for the Chris Dunn thing. Well, I'll just give Brew the credit, Aaron Brewski the credit on Filipowski, because I was like, yeah, he's a streamer. And I look closer. I mean, 25 and 8 tonight, 4 3 balls. Kessler played tonight. Great look for Filipowski. I picked him up in the Cam Dynasty before the game and actually started him tonight against Aaron Brewski. It's funny. Like, I almost used Brew's intel against him and picked up Filipowski. But you got to do what you got to do. Love you, Brew. But Filipowski, I don't think he's a streamer anymore. I think you can pick him up. He's going like 12, 7, and 4 PRA over a sustained period of time with a good amount of threes. Again, I wouldn't say he's the top pickup or the greatest pickup, but he's a pickup or a riser for you. And then, Doc, Desmond Bane. Desmond Bane is 7th over the last week in fantasy basketball with a Luka-esque 28, 8, and 8 line with 1 steal and 2 threes. And he had 35, 10, and 10 on Monday night. So those are my risers. Draymond, Filipowski, and Desmond Debaney.
My guy, Jalen Williams, has scored at least 20 points in 5 games in a row. He had 41 points against the Spurs on Sunday with 6 boards, 7 assists, a block, a steal, 4 threes. He bounces back tonight with 24 points, 4 threes, a block, a steal, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Baller, dude. And I only brought him up because of you. But he's been like top 10 the last 2 weeks. And again, if he didn't play with Shea, a guy who scored 51 points tonight, probably 40 points or 30 points on Sunday, Jalen Williams would take over the world. And I know this. Zach Shea, I don't have his line popped up here. I thought you might say him. You may have called him a must pick up earlier when I was floundering.
5 threes.
Yeah, just ball, dude. And then when we talked about Dallas, we didn't really expand on. Well, you talked about Najee Marshall. I think Najee Marshall is a riser right now because he's one of the few Mavericks that I trust. And then what's going on with Max Christie? He came off the bench tonight. I thought he had been starting for Dallas. I think he usually does. With Kyrie out, we didn't talk about Max Christie, but Max Christie could also take off if Kyrie Irving is done. Thoughts on that?
Not really a Max Christie guy. He was opening my eyes right after the trade. But, Doc, that honeymoon thing is sexy. The honeymoon is sexy, man. You're on vacation. You're in Cabo. You're in Cancun. You're wearing swimsuits. It's sexy, okay? And then you get back home. And you know where you live? You live in Milwaukee. And it's 5 degrees. And there's 2 feet of snow on the ground. And reality sets in. And the honeymoon wears off. And bam, that's where you're at. Jimmy Butler, Max Christie, Andrew Wiggins. Remember Wig? Doc, he went to Miami. 20. Now he's hurt. He's never going to play again. Okay? Like, that honeymoon period, dude, it goes quick, bro. So that's what I think is up with that. All right. So let's talk like injuries and rotational stuff here. Unless you got another thought, Doc, you ready to move on?
Nope, let's do it. Let's move on.
We've talked about all this stuff. Andre Lamouche does a great job of getting some injury stuff in here. Kyrie left knee sprain. We're hoping for the best, but it doesn't look good. Jaden Hardy, right ankle sprain. Ja Morant, right shoulder soreness, missed another game. Santi Aldama, right calf soreness. Jaren Jackson Jr. Left ankle, didn't return tonight. Tyrese Maxey left tonight with a back. And Maxey's going to travel to Minnesota for the next game. But one thing that I just want to kind of reiterate that. Keyshawn George, Doc, we haven't talked about him. Jaw contusion, out for the remainder of the game. I mean, I hope he didn't break his jaw or anything like that. But my whole thing is put a damn mask on and let's go. Let's play some basketball. The fantasy gold machine that is Keyshawn George.
Put a football helmet on and get out there, brother. Yeah, I like Keyshawn George. I'm sad he didn't finish the game tonight. Him and Bub Carrington are intriguing. We haven't talked about the guy that I buried like 6 months ago. Richard Jefferson. That's what I think of when I think of Chris Middleton, a old retired guy talking about basketball on ESPN. Chris Middleton is, for some reason, now the focal point of what the Washington Wizards are doing, right? Like, not Jordan Poole. We don't need him anymore. We don't need Corey Kispert or Justin Champagnie to play big minutes. We're going to go with Chris Middleton. 16 points, 3 steals, a 3, 6 of 9, 23 minutes. I still don't get why he's starting and eating minutes from these kids on this team, but it is happening. And I don't even know how I went down that rabbit hole, but we were just talking about Washington. But hopefully Keyshawn's okay.
Hopefully he is. I know that the points are light with him, but I'm hanging in there with him because the threes, blocks, and steals are very impressive. All right, let's get to the top performers of the night, our stud awards of the night. And let's go to number 3, Miles Bridges. Cashed in an overplay on him tonight. 20.5. He had 35, 9 rebounds, 3 assists, 2 blocks, 4 threes. Desmond Bain had 3 threes with that 35, 10, and 10. And Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, number 1 with a 51, 5, and 7. And those are the guys I had written down too. So there wasn't even a guy I wrote down that Andre did not include. Very, very comprehensive, this Andre Lemouche. Did he miss anybody? Not did he miss anybody. Is there anything you want to add or comment on any of those guys?
I will just say I hope Miles Bridges keeps playing, because as second he shuts it down, my 30 deep season is over. Like my whole thing hangs in the hands of Miles Bridges, who balled out tonight. 35, 9, 2 blocks, 4 threes. You add that to what Andre Drummond did, which was 25 and 18 or something ridiculous. And I'm off to a good start this week. But I just don't shut it down, Miles Bridges. Come on, baby. Keep it going.
I'm telling you, they're not going to shut him down. Maybe the last week of the regular season, Doc. He's going to play.
Okay.
LaMelo Ball, we've said that I don't know. They may shut him down. As Doc says, he's got ankles made of Doritos. Okay, I don't know. I got to give you credit. It's a great line. But I do think that Miles Bridges is going to get almost to the finish line here. All right. Best waiver wire performances from Monday night. Honorable mention, Reed Shepherd, 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, 1 block, 3 threes. 2% rostered. Karis LeVert, 25, 3 and 5, 3 steals, 1 block, 3 threes, 30% rostered. Zachary Risache, number 2, 27 points, 4 steals, 1 block, 5 threes. 10 fantasy gold numbers? Damn, dude. 21% rostered. And my boy, Cam Whitmore, number 1 with a bullet. 27 points, 11 rebounds, 2 steals, 2 blocks, 4 threes for my boy, Cam Whitmore, Doc.
Where is Andre Drummond on this list? Honorable mention, Reed Shepherd, 25 points, 5 assists, 2 steals, and a block and 3 threes.
Wow.
I don't see Andre Drummond. 25 and 18, 2 steals.
Andre Doc is mosh pitting you right now.
Oh, he
Andre Lemouche is getting mosh pitted by Steve Alexander right now.
He was 5th, so he's the second honorable mention behind Reed Shepherd. Whatever. Number 1 in my heart, Andre Drummond, at least for one day.
Oh, I love it.
Duds.
All right. So, yeah, who else? Anybody else to talk about? Oh, Jonas Valanciunas backed up all the pickups today. He had 14.7 rebounds, 3 assists in only 23 minutes. So, and if he's still out there on waivers, pick him up. Jonas Valanciunas is a very, very hot pickup. And finally, Doc, we get to the duds of the night. Klay Thompson, 3 points, 3 rebounds. Thanks, dude. 1 3-ball, 24 minutes, as the Dallas Mavericks were severely spooked by the Kyrie Irving situation. It threw them completely off their game, and rightly so. Bilal Coulibaly.
I think we need to talk about Klay for a second, because if, as you are stating, Kyrie is done, Dallas is done. They will fall all the way out of the playoff race. They can't win games without Kyrie and Luka and Anthony Davis. They just can't. It's over. And if you have Klay Thompson, that's not going to be a good thing, because he doesn't need to be out there playing big minutes for a team going nowhere. So that's another shutdown candidate that was not a shutdown candidate 2 weeks ago. Sorry, I'm done.
Are you sure? I'm just kidding. No, it's fine. Totally fine. I love the chime-ins, dude. It's Dr. Ray. I'm Rick Kamla, and we are Ethos Fantasy Basketball. That's our Twitter handle. Ethos After Dark, the Fantasy NBA today. The biggest duds of the night, 3 was Klay Thompson, 2 is Bilal Coulibaly, 3 points, 3 rebounds, 0 assists, 1 steal. Bilal, dude, 33 minutes. And then Denny Avdia. Boy, am I glad I took the point prop under on Denny tonight. I love to fade dudes coming off of career games. He had a triple-double and then had a triple-single. With 9, 6, and 4 as a 77% roster player. I do like Denny Avdia, but I am happy that I faded him tonight.
He hit 3 of 14 shots, and that is why he sucked. He's had some poor shooting over the last month, but he's had a triple-double. He's had some big games. I love Denny Avdia, man. He's one of my guys. And I'm glad I hitched my wagon to Denny and Josh Giddey this year. It was fun having both of those guys on rosters.
Yeah, you're doing well with those guys.
Duop Reith, man, we got to keep an eye on him, Rick. We finally got a Duop Reith signing tonight. 18 minutes, 13 points, 5 boards, and 2 blocks.
I agree, man. I agree. I think he is a really deep league special, but like a 30 deep kind of thing. But anyway, guys, it was fun. Monday night in the books. Doc and I will be back at midnight on Tuesday night. We will break down Tuesday night slate, and there are a lot of games, okay? Huge thanks to Andre Lemouche for stacking this thing and doing all the other great stuff he does. Huge thanks to Steve Alexander for being my boy, my partner in fantasy. Huge thanks to all of you for checking us out. Please like this stuff and please retweet it. It would help us out. Subscribe to the Fantasy NBA today and leave us a 5-star review. Subscribe to the Sports Ethos YouTube channel. Please give this video a thumbs up and go to sportsethos.com. Subscribe to our premium content over there. It will help you win leagues, I promise. And go to your favorite app store and download the Sports Ethos app. We are out for now, folks. For Dre, for Doc, I'm Cam. This episode's been brought to you by BetOnline.